I managed to make the second phone work, and I changed my viewing place. I went closer to the lava because it's a little bit warmer here. Do you see the redness here in the lava? There was a little bit of a lava flow here just a couple of minutes ago. And you can see the lava flowing down there. Hi Shannon, thank you. I'll be back. Do you see the lava that's here, just here close to us? Do you see the redness of it? Just like 3 minutes ago it's hardened up, but there's magma lava just it's very warm here where I'm at. Yeah, Stephen, I grabbed a little bit of a snack. One sandwich. How many vents are flowing now? I would say maybe 5. 4 or 5. It depends. The north one, the northy, the one that erupted or came into existence on the 2nd of Easter, or Easter Monday, has stopped erupting, or there's no lava coming from him. And Southie, the first one here that erupted on the 19th of March, there's just a whole lot of smoke coming off from him, not a lot of lava. Not sure exactly why. I tried to look it up, why that phenomenon is, I'm not sure. Have to be honest. If somebody knows better, please just leave a comment so I can. And the children of Northie and Southie, and Northie, they are well and doing good, and they are just having fun. Eric, it's impossible to guess. If it will probably be in the north. I'm not just hoping that do you see the smoke here? Because the lava is literally just flowing here underneath, and I'm pretty warm here. It's probably like 10 degrees, maybe closer to 15. I feel like there's warmth on my face. It's like I'm almost sunburning. Yes, I would suggest, we are basically here at Fagradalsfjall, and the further north we go, we're going towards Keilir, the mountain, and the fissure is probably going to open up in that direction. Hi Marla, yes, I'm close enough to gather rocks. I gathered a whole bag of these. I'm probably too heavy to carry back home all of them, but I'll try my best. In the darkness, with my headlight on, with a full bag of stones. I made too many promises. Too many, I was gonna say a swear word, but I managed to stop myself. Thank you, Charicel. She says mix of water vapor and carbon dioxide and sulfur gases cause the smoke. Yes, but I'm just wondering because there's a lot of smoke coming from that vent. So I'm just where does all that water come from? Maybe it's just the angry father that's fed up with the power of the children. But the flow from the volcano is actually not less than it has been steady, like going from 5 cubic meters per second up to 7.5, but it's still like similar, like 5.5 something cubic meters per second. So well, I already did Muriel. I went there to the end of the lava field where it's cool enough to gather a bag of lava rocks. When all of a sudden I noticed that this lava flow was heading towards me, and there was also a lava flow directly here in front of me. Has my breathing been affected with the air, Stephen? No, I just breathe irregularly like this normally. Well, Wanda, here in Iceland, my mother has been making jewelry and sculptures and everything from the eruption in the Westman Islands for decades. And we don't believe in volcano goddesses unless you talk about Surtur, the fire demon or fire troll or fire giant. So yeah, it depends on where you're taking the stones, Wanda. If you're taking the stones from where you can basically erode the nature and cause harm, then of course no. But from this new volcanic eruption where there's steady flow from a eruption that could go on for years, I'm not shy in using it to make people happy if I can. We need more things to make us happy today. So if a couple of rocks will be harmed in the process, so be it. So I'm literally talking. I wish you could see it. I wish it was dark enough. But you can see the embers here underneath this here small crust. It was just red just moments ago when I was trying to go live to show it to you. So yeah, it was flowing towards me and it was just cool and warm. Stay good. There's traffic here. A lot of people here in the hill behind me, just enjoying the view. This is like a mini festival, and there are people that are they try to tell people about 2 meters distancing and everything, and but I think we need all the happiness we can get today. Yes, Angela. Is it a thin layer of crust and beneath still liquids? Yes, that's exactly what this is over here. Just here, right in the center, and just here close to me. This is a lava, and then you have a thin layer of cooled crust on top. But it could break up if there's a new... You see the river flowing here on top of it. Do you see it? Slowly moving here to the right hand side. Exactly, Kate. Rope lava. Pahoho. If I pronounce it right. Pahoho. 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 Allt í góðu. So have you seen the Kaleo music video called Skinny? They just jumped on the chance of doing a music video here like 5 days after the eruption started. I think the eruption started on the Friday the 19th, and I think they were here on a Tuesday or something like that, like Pahoi hoi. Pahoi hoi. Thank you, Kate. Pahoi hoi. Hellurinn, exactly. It's a little bit difficult to be a one-man army, because I'm trying to charge the other phone here with my left hand and making sure that I'm So Alda Sigmundsdóttir, the writer of the Little Books of Iceland, made a good point here. She made a status, Facebook status or something like that. So she was saying like the spluttering fire from its craters got me thinking about the concept of hell, how it is always portrayed as the eternal inferno where bad souls go to burn. After all, many of the images cluttering up my feed seem only to be missing a demon with pointy ears and a pitchfork. Meanwhile, in Norse mythology, the concept of hell was not fire and brimstone, but rather what they called hell, a place that was interminably cold and where everything froze. And we have an idiom here in Iceland which is called a frjósa í hel, or freeze to hell, which is about the same to say that freeze to death. So here in Iceland, it's the eternal fires of the dread would not have invoked anything bad for Icelanders, but been welcomed as something for people to warm themselves by, whereas the worst thing imaginable was to enter a place so cold that you would die. So it kind of changes here in the north. The worst thing that could happen is basically to freeze to death, not to be burned alive. And yes, it's dangerous to walk on this thin layer of crust over here. As I hope it's getting dark enough, when it gets dark enough, that you see the embers. Yes, you can see the red in the lava. Great, Lynn. That's good to hear. I'm literally 10 meters from the lava field, and it's warming me up here. And this is, there are 5 volcanic systems in the Reykjanes Peninsula. This is part of one of the volcanic systems called Fagradalsfjall. So this is not a part of the Reykjavik system, sorry. Some people have looked at Iceland like a Icelandic landscape and these jagged lava flows and rugged mountains as a and imagined themselves as an ancient battlefield. It was on this battlefield where immortal gods had once waged war against one another. As they fought, they had shaped the land with blows of fists and swords. And the terrain also contributes to the stories of ice trolls. I wish that I could show you the pictures from a place called Dimmuborgir to the north of Iceland. Dimmuborgir. I have it on the other phone, but maybe I'll show it to you later. And that's where it's believed that the Grilla, the mother of the Santa Clauses and the Icelandic 13 Santas, live. Hi, Pauline. Yes, there have been many names called of this eruption. Some call it Fagradalsfjall eruption or Beautiful Mountain eruption. Some call it Geldingardals eruption or Eunuch's Valley eruption, and some people have said Krýsuvík, but that's not. I'm not. That's. I would either say Fagradalsfjall eruption or Geldingardalur. And many times in Icelandic history, when there was this kind of eruptions, there would be really cold winters to follow because of the gases kind of cold and harvest failing, and because of the gases spoiling the grass and the livestock dying. And so there have been a couple of times where they called so-called 3 years winter. So it's similar to Game of Thrones. Like George R. R. Martin would have maybe thought about it. The first one was called Winter Winds. Storm blew and snow drove down, and frost were mighty. The second winter was called Winter of the Sword. Those who were left alive amongst men robbed and slew for what was left to feed on. And the third winter was called the Winter of the World. Then the ancient witch who lived in the ironwoods fed the wolf Managarm on the unburied men. And the heroes in Valhalla would find their seats splashed with the blood that the Managarm dashed from his jaws. This was a sign to the gods that the time of the last battle was approaching. Ragnarök soon. Do you see the lava is now overflowing there? There's been a little bit of a pool here, and maybe it will flow our way. But yes, do you see it? Now I get a little bit of warm wind to my face.
Look at it coming. I don't want to be that guy though.
I'm called the lava whisperer, Farduli. Hi Emma, welcome. There's little smell, Kev, because I have the wind in my back. There's a little bit of a like something cooking, but so I was talking about the Lagagigar eruption that was so catastrophic here that erupted 1783. And so Benjamin Franklin recorded this observation in America in 1974 lecture. During several of the summer months of the year 1783, when the effect of the sun rays to heat the earth in these northern regions should have been greater, there existed a constant fog over all Europe and a great part of North America. This fog was of a permanent nature. It was dry, and the rays of the sun seemed to have little effect towards dissipating it, as they easily do a moist fog arising from water. They were indeed rendered so faint in passing through it that when collected in the focus of a burning glass, they would scarce kindle brown paper. Of course, their summer effect in heating the earth was exceedingly diminished. Hence the surface was early frozen. Hence the first snows remained on it unmelted and received continual additions. Hence the air was more chilled and the winds more severely cold. Hence perhaps the winter of 1783 to 84 was more severe than any that had happened for many years. The cause of this universal fog is not yet ascertained, or whether it was the vast quantity of smoke long continuing to issue during the summer from Hekla in Iceland. But this was of course the Laki eruption, not Hekla. Pauline, yes it is. It's comfortably hot. It's like maybe 12, 13, like 10 degrees, 10, 12 degrees, a little bit warm on my face. And it's so good to have a little bit of a warmth. Yes, welding mistake. The smell could be described like a welding mistake. The sun actually doesn't get dark until like 10. So if you want to support these live streams, then maybe PayPal me, YFIR Iceland, and buy me a coffee, Friend Reykjavik. Thank you, Owen. Hi Sinan, yes, the mount directly, yes. I explained that earlier, but thank you for reminding us. This is famous for the plane crash in 1943, where Frank M. Andrews, the general of the U.S. Army and would have been for the Allied forces in Europe, died here in 1943 crash. So for those who just turned in, or maybe you can take a look at the earlier broadcast, which I went on for about 2 hours before the phone ran out of juice. And no, the helicopters are here pure for pleasure. There's a lot of people that want to see the volcano, and many are buying helicopter rides, and but there are some scientists, but most of it is just so it's about a month since this started. This started in 19th of March. And now it's what, 20th of April, so been roughly a month, and they are saying this could go on for a long time, because this is very primitive lava that's coming up and straight from the mantle. So if nothing changes, if there's not a earthquake or something that closes the channel for the lava to flow forth, this could go on for So there's one story, folklore story, that's connected to Eyjafjallajökull, the eruption in 2010. According to many stories, there was an infamous ogress or troll that lived there for centuries. And yes, Mimi, we are back live. I just got my second phone to work, so I just went live. So one of the legends about this troll or ogress goes something like this. A young farmer married a girl, hoping that she would help out with this farm, and she would be very dutiful, but unfortunately she was quite lazy and didn't care much for farm work. In the autumn, he asked her to weave some wool into fabric by the following summer, but she kept procrastinating until a rather large woman turned up to the farm one day. Some words. She asked this visitor to do the weaving for her, and when she inquired about pricing, the huge woman replied that if the farm girl could guess her name in 3 attempts, when she returned with the fabric, then they'd call it even. She thought this was a pretty alright deal, and the woman agreed to return on the first day of summer with the finished fabric. After a while, the farm girl realized it might not be that easy to guess that woman's name with no clues. So she admitted to her husband that the deals that she made, and the farmer cried out and exclaimed that this was no ordinary woman. It was a troll who would take her into Eyjafjallajökull volcano if she didn't get her name right. So the farmer saw pity on the girl and decided to try to find the cave of this ogress to learn her name. And after a whole day, she he hadn't found her, and she was heading back. He was heading back, and all of a sudden he heard a little bit of a noise coming from a cliff nearby, and there was a little bit of singing. And the singing goes something like this: hey, hey, and ho, ho, housewife doesn't know. Hey, hey, and hey, hey, Gilitrut is my name. And instead of being a decent guy when he traveled back and telling her to discover to his wife, he decided to teach her a lesson about being lazy, and decided to not tell her yet. So the coming days leading up to the first day of summer, she was getting fancied and afraid of the coming of the troll. And but on the big day, he left in the morning and told his wife, her name is Gilitrut, but you need to make sure that you don't tell it as the first name, as she could go back on her words. So this huge woman comes into the farm, and with all the fabric that she had weaved, and she then asks the lazy young girl, so what's my name, girl? And the first name that the girl says is Helga. And the ogress smiles and grows a little bit in stature. Then the farmer's girl says, your name is Gudrun. Your name is Gudrun. And the ogress is slowly changing into the troll she is. She's now almost taller than the farm she's in. She's like with her head up to the roof. And finally, the young girl says, your name is Gilitrut. Your name is Gilitrut. And the ogress goes really angry, breaks the roof, and then runs away. And of course, she was last seen running into the Eyjafjallajökull volcano. So are you with me, guys? Everybody in the house? You see the lava is slowly flowing. There are people there just standing like literally 5 meters from the lava. So you probably heard that it is quite similar to Rumpelstiltskin, but it's Icelandic. So the Icelandic version, at least. Yes, there's like steam sound from the lava steam and fissuring, something cooking sound, like a tea kettle. So there's a volcanic eruption in 2014-15 in Hólraun to the northwest of the big glacier called the Water Glacier. And so the lava flow from this eruption here is only 5% of that lava flow, of that eruption. So it would take 8 years if this lava flow would just continue like it is in this eruption here in Fagradalsfjall. to reach this, to have the same amount of lava like was there in 2014-15. Fortunately, we are fortunately there that was in the middle of nowhere also, so but that's quite a big lava field there. I'm talking to you, all of you guys. So there's about 5 cubic meters, like I told you earlier, 5 cubic meters of lava every second flowing from that. That's about 4 times the amount that, for example, the river of Elliðaár that's running through Reykjavik city center, or city center to the center of Reykjavik, not city center. But when I was here last time, when it got dark, I think it was about 9:30. I think maybe closer to 10. It got dark, and then it was like it was almost like they turned on the lights here. it was amazing to see all the redness of the lava here. So the main thing that kills people regarding eruptions in Iceland, I think there's been, is glacial flooding. Glacial flooding, because many of the active volcanoes are in the south underneath a glacier. So when the lava hits the glacier, similar like in the Vatnajökull's eruption, the Eyjafjallajökull eruption, that causes the huge ash cloud, but it also causes a flooding of water flowing down to the southland, destroying everything in its path. I remember just one person dying because basically he got a lava rock thrown into me. There was a guy taking photos in 1947 of Hekla, the mountain, and he probably got too close, because one of these, you see it maybe, I'm gonna try to zoom here, one of these spewing rocks like that basically hit him and killed him instantly. And you wouldn't drown in lava if you would fall into this. If you would step on this and it would break under you, you would just be cooked alive. 1100 to 1200 degrees Celsius. Jökulhlaup, exactly, Birta, takk. But we've been using all this geothermal and volcanic energy for our heat and electricity. And so, for example, in the Hengil area, we have one of the, I think it's third largest geothermal plant in the world, which basically provides Reykjavik with most of its electricity and hot water. So they are basically drilling into the volcano to get energy. And same to the north in a volcano called Krafla. Yeah, what a way to go, Alex! Just to be cooked alive. You would still be standing because this is very thick, but you would just it would be like instant barbecue. For example, like the Krafla geothermal power plant, it provides us 500 gigawatts of electricity annually. And there's a story connected to Krafla, of course. But it's not very connected to Krafla because there was this ghost that of course she was called Mývatns Skotta, or the Mitch Lake ghost. And according to the story, there was this wandering young girl, that was escaping from a eruption in Krafla, and the farmer. So she came to this farm, and the farmer took her in, and she got food, and the farmer said, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you on your way. I'm gonna follow you to the next farm." And in the middle of the way, he drowns her in a river because he wanted to use her for causing another man harm, because he basically made her a zombie or a ghost that would follow and haunt this enemy of his. And the best ghosts or best zombies, Icelandic zombies, are newly dead. They need to be still warm. That's the best zombies. So he used magic to resurrect her, and then he sent her to do this farmer harm. And this ghost followed his enemy's kin for 9 generations. So he would just haunt his sons and his grandsons and so forth and so on. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that they are not standing on the lava there, because, as I said, it can be quite, I'm not sure, maybe if you see it here, but do you see the smoke coming up from the lava here? So there could be real hot lava lurking beneath. Do you see that? Alexa, I brought my own. I brought my own licorice. So the lava pool, I think Alex was asking how big it is today. I would guess about maybe 2 square kilometers. I would not say that. I think that it's not greater than that. As I said, this is the smallest eruption in Iceland for a pretty long time. Doesn't look small, but it is. The lava flow is very slow, and somebody was asking, will I stay until dark? I want to do it, but I'm just debating. I'm just debating in my mind if I should do it, because I have a bag of stones, and I really don't want to be too tired in the darkness. But I'm a Viking, right? Okay, it's 1 square kilometers, 0.9. I thought it would be more, Mirko. I think it's more now, because it has been flowing here to Mare's Valley. But maybe it's just about 1 square kilometers. I can't show you down to the valley, because I would have to walk quite a distance to go up on top of this mountain here to the right hand side to look into the valley there. So I'm not gonna do it on this live stream, but maybe on a different one when I have the urge again. Okay, thank you, Mirko. So Mirko saying it's 0.9 from today, info from today. So it's about 1 square kilometers. And just to put things in perspective, like the Lakagígar volcanic eruption, it was 565 square kilometers, the total lava field. So, yeah. And this has been going on for a month. Similar. How many fissures are there now? I would say 5 maybe, because Northy is turned down. Southy is, well, just smoking, out for smoke, and the babies are still active. How tall is the lava? Maybe about, I think it's maybe 12 meters, 15 meters high, where it's deepest, thickest. I'm not sure if I'm gonna walk much. Maybe when it gets dark. If I stay here for so long, I'm not sure. Because I have a full bag of stones, and I'm gonna try to carry it back to my car. That's about an hour roughly. I know I'm gonna be tired after that. Yes, it is pretty cool here. I was picking lava stones earlier, just here by the end over there. It is pretty cool, at the end. But as I said earlier, there is smoke. You see smoke coming up from a couple of places, so you just need to double check. Yes, boss. There is high likelihood that another fissure opens up. This has been going on strong for a while, and even if northeast stops, I think maybe some of the pressure will just go a little bit further north. There were 40,000 Simona earthquakes before the eruption. Now there have been just a couple here in this area. So this is obviously slowed down. This is releasing the tension of the earth. So not as many eruptions here now. And just some numbers. There have been 10 million views of the YouTube stream from the volcano and counting. I think people are barbecuing hot dogs over there to the left hand side, closer, because maybe you see it, there's still redness here in the lava because there was a flow here just earlier. Yeah, there was a whole lot of foreplay before the eruption. A whole lot of earthquakes. So I told you earlier, 90,000 people have walked to the volcano. That's about 1/4 of the country. And there are many more that want to go and are looking to go. I think there have been, if I remember it correctly, it's 5 or 7 eruptions since the new millennia. No, Simona, fewer eruptions, fewer chances to have a new fissure. No, it could just open up all of a sudden. This is about 30 kilometers, like 50 minutes drive from Reykjavik. So of course there's no secret that there have been several, like people coming from NASA to try out how to walk in the lava in full spacesuits, because this is the closest they can get to the similar landscape like on the moon, and so people like Lance Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and more, they came here to practice before they went to the moon. Yes, the lava can be used for artwork. My mother used to make like chandeliers, candlesticks, and all kinds of things from lava. Jewelry, but it's very brittle, so it's not very strong. The lava. For example, they used lava stones to try to make for a couple of airports, like the layer for the airports, but it was too brittle for that. So there's a little bit of a pool again, following up here. Maybe it will break for us. Exactly, new fissure could open up when you see the activity drop in the other cones, because the flow is constant, so it just seems to look for new openings if one closes. Hi Norman, there is like a magma chamber that goes from the north here to the left, and from the south here to the left hand side and to the north. So this is considered to be yes, I'll zoom. It's considered to be a safe area, but you never know. If I go, please put my name into the Darwins. Okay? Oh. So guys, I actually think that I'm gonna go home before it gets dark, because I have a whole lot of things to carry, and I just wanna see where I'm going. I have my headlights, but it's very rocky where most of the path, so it's not ideal to be carrying a load in this kind of a landscape. Skal jeg? There are some bikers that have biked all the way here. So like bicycling. And as I said, it's a pity. I'm gonna show you the path that I'm gonna walk maybe for a little while before I cut you off, because it's I don't want to walk, for example, here in the when it rains. It goes into a mud path really quickly. And if you want to support, PayPal me, YFIR Iceland, and buy me a coffee, and then Your Friend In Reykjavik /support, if that's something that you... I'm trying to fix my bag over here. Sometimes hard to work with the one hand. I don't want to disturb your view too much. I'm gonna try to put it down here somewhere. How can I put it down? So I will be live from on Friday from a beautiful guest house called Lambastaðir, or the Lamb Farm, and hopefully we'll see some lambs, because they're supposed to arrive in the middle of April. So hopefully we'll see some lambs when we arrive. I'll have my family with me, my two boys, Odin Hrafn og Trausti Týr, and Hilda, of course. And then on Saturday I'm gonna go to the Ghost Center of Iceland. Then we'll talk about more ghosts. And then also on Saturday we're gonna try out the best lobster in the world, possibly at Fjöruborðið, or by the seashore. So busy week. And yes, they will love to see the lambs, that's for sure. Lambing season. So I'm gonna try to carry, maybe I'll have to full bag, maybe I'll have to take turns. Það rosalega fýtt steinn hérna til dæmis, við megið fá. Það rosalega fýtt steinn hérna. Oh. So as you see, there's a little bit of a mud. Path here. You need to have good shoes and good footing. And this is nothing, because it's much worse when you get to the some of the lava that is yeah, some people like to have sticks, but I'm so kind of used to it. So do you see the flowing here? Maybe it will pop down. It's not very hard to learn Icelandic, but it's tricky. It's not the hardest language in the world, I believe. You should try Finnish. So do you see the pool forming over there? So I was picking stones over there. See the lava pool there on top? Yes, it looks very active. It's a very active teenager. So this is where I was collecting stones earlier. This is very brittle. It's close to 8 o'clock, I believe. I lose kind of, I've lost time. But wow, when I leave the lava field, I can really feel the warmth it was giving me. It's a little bit colder now. .30, so 8:30. I believe it's already done, that some people have been peeing on it. Sizzling. Yes, it's flowing down towards Merardal. It floats here into this and then down there into the Merardalish area. Takes about an hour to walk back, roughly, maybe a little bit more, when I'm carrying a bag of stones and stuff. So different strokes for different folks. It's a little bit difficult to try to balance myself. So it's beautiful, right? Do you see it clearly enough? Hope you see it clearly enough. It's understandable that people thought that Hekla was hell. I can feel it slowly creeping. Can you hear it crackle? It's like a, well, it's beautiful. Easily be mesmerized just watching that. But I'm gonna head back because I'm just too tired. I wanna get back before I don't see where I'm walking, and that gives it a little bit. So a little bit warm here, maybe 10 degrees. Thank you, Tokolosh. Do you hear the crackle? Breaking glass, yes, Paula, exactly. Breaking glass. So I'm literally just like 2 meters, 3 meters from the. It's a little bit warmer here. Maybe I'll just stay here. Now this phone is telling me the battery is running out soon. So so this is pathway A. There are 2 pathways that are leading to the volcano, pathway A and B, and this one is a little bit longer. The track is a little bit longer. You need to go along this mountain over here, but as you see, maybe but it's very hard to describe it. But I feel like it's very hard for me to walk away from the volcano when it's getting dark. I want to see it in the dark, all the glowing, but I need to know my time. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more tired. I felt more tired when I was walking up to the mountain. Oh, thank you, Tokolos, again. I'll get some cognac with that. I actually have a small. I'm gonna stop here soon and oh yeah, bonusen. Vestla. And as you see, the trail is pretty good, enough that people are biking on it. But you probably need to walk up on top of the two hills. Maybe they are going some other way, which is a little bit longer, but with bikes then it's a little bit easier. As you see, there's a lot of people here also. A lot of people coming after work. After it closed, you know, they stop working maybe 5 and get home into the car and or then drive here. It takes about an hour. And then hike, stay a couple of hours here, get back, and repeat. One is asking, can you get Domino's pizza delivered by chopper? Anything is possible, of course, but you'd have to pay some serious money for that. If the chopper would just be for you, then I would suggest it. Yeah, I'm not sure how much it would cost. 250,000 Icelandic, 2,500 US. Yes, a lot of people coming back to the volcano want to see the changes. Want to see it in the darkness. Maybe have visited in the daylight, and so forth. But I think I'm gonna. Yes, the air is clean over here. We are. You know, the wind is blowing in the other direction, so it's not. Göngulið A, pathway A. Do you see how many are coming and going? And as I said, I'm carrying a full bag of stones here, and I have my backpack already. So normally I would be walking a little bit faster, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll be there in an hour, 15 minutes. Yes, I think there's a food truck. At least last time there was a fish and chips place. Or truck at the parking place. So maybe I'll get some fish and chips. Thank you, Takalosh, I believe. was the name. So yes, I'm gonna turn you off now. I'm gonna lay down my weight bag of stones, and so just have one arm to think about, worry about. So yeah, I forgot the selfie camera is broken on this one, so I'm just gonna turn like this. Takk, bless. See you maybe on Friday. Valur, your friend in Reykjavik, signing off. Bless.